Hey everybody, it's Eduardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the Cinema Draft game. Sorry, I had a brain fart there at the beginning of this thing. Already thinking about all the things I want and have to do this Friday, and top of them is to do a call sheet review and weekend preview with you. So let's jump right into it. It's going to be a quick one. Have a action-packed day today. It's Friday. It's gotta get it all in. We're going to take a look at the feature presentation first. I am actually seeing these for the first time with you all, so allow me a sense of wonder and discovery. And you know what? Actually, let's get a little basics real quick. Let's start with mine to give you an idea of what my strategy was going into this weekend. And yeah, you're seeing it. I'm all in on lowriders. I think even with an expected 50% plus, well, even with a 50% drop, we're still going to get about 1.2 million, which would equate to about 12 fantasy points at the platform level. But lowriders actually increased their screen count from 275, I believe, or 295 to 365. Okay, so what we can expect here is maybe a drop off, not as severe. It actually might hold around. It might actually retain about 70% of its box office. So even if we get about 2 million, 1.8, that's still going to give you probably more points in its release type than any other film this weekend. So that's why I stacked Lowriders hard. This is a max stack. Yes! Been a while since we've seen one of these. This is a max stack. This is an eight uh, an, an eight pack of actors from one film. It's the most you can do in this game. I try to get 10 actors per film in the talent pool. You can only get 8 from one film because, of course, you have to have at least one actor from each of the 3 release types. And this is me going all in on lowriders. Don't let me down, East LA. Don't let me down. Also, I have Michael Fassbender from Alien Covenant. I mean, I had money to spare, so I went with the higher. I went with the higher headliner from Alien Covenant, and I like Fassbender. Great actor, very well accomplished. Look at all these things he's been. He's amazing, and and actually, whoa, Fassbender was in Split. Oh, that's right. He was the voice. Okay, or something. Anyways, yeah. So Fassbender, I actually saw Alien Covenant last night. Really enjoyed it. Scary as hell. Predictable in some point. Like you can, I mean, if you're any kind of fan of these type of movies, you can kind of tell what's going to happen. That doesn't necessarily ruin the fun of it. I mean, it's like James Bond. James Bond's gonna live, get the girl, blow shit up. So you don't go to see a James Bond movie to watch him die, whatever per se. So you kind of know what's going to go on with these alien movies. But even the build up and the anticipation to the aliens coming out to play is really well done. And Fassbender, I'm not going to spoil anything, but definitely see this because this is Fassbender, as they say, like you've never seen him before. But he does a really good job in a very taxing role. It's a really good job by Fass. If you like Michael Fassbender, you're gonna love Alien Covenant. Got a lot of Fassbender. I do mean a lot of Fassbender. And then also I've got Eugenio Derbez from How to Be a Latin Lover. It's not I would it's not like I punted limited release. Limited release is it's a bit of a dumpster fire this week. It's always our most troubled release type, only because when you get those tweeners, it's kind of hard to get a lot of bang for your buck. And How to Be a Latin Lover is entering, I believe, its third or fourth weekend. I mean, it's probably running out of steam, but it could probably get you, it'll probably it might get you, two or three, maybe 4 or 5 at the headliner status points, even though it probably going to get you about another, 1.5 to 2 million. But that was my best shot with for limited release. Not a lot to pick from this week. You're definitely not doing something like The Circle. That's just bad play. Okay, so in honor of our boy Jay Devlin, whom I thought I had outside chance to get onto the podcast. He's busy traveling back to his native Philadelphia area. We're going to check out his call. Oh my God, he has the exact same call sheet. damn it! You know, there was a rumor in the group chat that we had the exact same call sheet, and we do. That's awesome. Except he went with the lower priced Billy Crudup in Alien Covenant over, say, over Fassbender. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I hope this isn't the start of a trend. I mean, great minds and all that stuff, but damn, you've got the exact same call sheet. That's interesting. All right, let's check out Ring Balls 22, one of the great players of the game. He was our call sheet of the week last week. Let's see what he was thinking. Okay, so he's got a headliner stack of Alien Covenant. Nice. One, two, three. All right, he's got a trifecta of low riders, including the headliner stack of Ava Longoria and Demian Bashir, who I might add, Demian Bashir is also in Alien Covenant. But that movie's dark. You can barely see his face half the time because that movie's like a lot in the dark. So you probably never know it was him, but it's him. He's got Michael Sheen as a headliner and a non-headliner from Norman, The Moderate Rise and Tragic Fall of a New York Fixer. And then looks like he's got a headliner stack from Bahubali 2, The Conclusion, and Kevin Kline from Beauty and the Beast, which looks more like a punt situation as Beauty and the Beast is in limited release this week. Yeah, 17. Oh, wow. You know what? Actually, that's pretty smart. And I'll tell you why Beauty and the Beast, even though it looks punt-ish, it might not be that bad because it's at the upper echelon of limited release. As you recall, limited release are films that are on screens between 501 up to 1999 screens. So being on 1792 screens actually really smart strategy, because if you look at the weekend previous, Beauty and the Beast still oh wow, that's a really good play. Beauty and the Beast still did almost 5 million last weekend. It's only dropping about 400 screens. If you assume it does about, let's say it does 1,800 a screen. Some on the fly math here, because it did 2,200 a screen last weekend. You're looking at 3.59, 3.6 million, which is good for, that's just so smart. Okay, that's good for about 7.2 points for a regular actor. So that's really well played. I like that. I totally did not take into account Beauty and the Beast because it'd been at wide release for so long, giving kind of minimal returns. A slight drop into limited release territory would actually get you probably more points than any other limited release this week. So this is a really solid call sheet, as always, from Ring Balls 22. I like to say he's got the cheat code because he works in a movie theater and he gets like a lot of these early reactions. Sometimes he gets like these advanced screenings. More power to him. Actually, one of my dreams and goals for this company down the road is to be at a level where wherever we're located. Right now we're headquartered in Vegas, whatever. If we ever move to Los Angeles or have a Los Angeles office or wherever we may be, I would love to have like daily or weekly screenings of movies that like the studio send us for everyone, that you could just walk in and watch during your lunch break or something, what the movie of the day is, and have it be like some movie that's coming up that we get a kind of advanced screening to. That'd be really cool. But yeah, this is he's using his natural advantage to his advantage. Great looking call sheet as always, Ring Balls 22. Let's also take a look at Smart Ash, his partner in crime. They actually split, trading off atop the contest last week. Smart Ash. Let's see what she was thinking. And she has a Guardians of the Galaxy headliner stack. All right. And actually, if you look at the weekend projections for, this is last week's. Look at the weekend projections on Box Office Pro. They're looking at, let's see, there we go. They're looking at Guardians of the Galaxy repeating, but just slightly. So these could either flip flop. I honestly think this hold for Guardians of the Galaxy is too high. I mean, I don't know. I guess people like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I was really kind of lukewarm on it. I mean, it's made its money, 300 million domestically in 3 weekends, whatever, is nothing to sneeze at. I actually think it's going to drop like 55% per se. So that would probably put it down like 30. And Alien Covenant, I think this is actually a little bit low. I think it's going to be more like 40. Our over-under poll, actually, thanks for asking. Our over-under is 40 million for our Twitter poll at Play Cinema Draft on Twitter. You can go cast your vote, and it looks like the overs have it. Over 40 million, 71% to 29% under 40 million so far. Definitely check us out at Play Cinema Draft to cast your vote. And so so she has the headliner stack of Guardians of the Galaxy, uh, 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 a trio of lowriders. Jenny Slate from Gifted, headliner in limited release. That is her obligatory limited release pick. She also has the headliner stack from Norman, and it's kind of interesting. Let's dig into Norman real quick. It expanded to 373 screens. Last weekend, it didn't do too bad. 2,500 per screen, 382,000. If it's essentially doubling its screens. So we assume it doubles its screens. Let's say it even drops down to 2,000 per screen at 373 screens. Yeah, 746,000. That's a good solid 7.5 points almost. And then if you're doing headliners only, oh man, 10.5 points. I'm very interested to see how Norman's going to do. If so, then whomever's got Norman on their call sheet, especially for headliners like Smart Ash does, she's got the headliner stack, could do really well. I mean, this headliner stack right here could be like the sneak attack to vault her, just past a bunched up top. Now, one thing I will say about Jay Devlin and mine. Jay Devlin and mine. I got an English degree. I never get that one right. About Jay Devlin and my strategy with doing the maxi stack, the max stack of lowriders with just one aliens is that I wouldn't even say it's high risk, high reward. We already seen what lowriders can do, and even with 50% drop off, despite getting more screens, I mean we're still in fairly decent shape. But thing about it is that it may create some differential, is what I'm saying. So if we hit this absolutely right, we may get some distance, from these other players. If we get this wrong and lowriders under delivers, then the differential will go in the other direction, where people with a more traditional call sheet, like Smart Ash, like Ring Balls, with stacking with a headliner stack of one of the top two movies, they're gonna lap us like we're the trail car at a NASCAR event. So and also rounding off her call sheet is the headliner stack from Bahubali 2: The Conclusion. This is a very classic, well constructed call sheet. It's not too risky. It's not too risky. It's not too it's not safe either. It's just solid. The only real unknown quantity is whether Guardian's going to repeat at the top, and then also a little bit of how Norman's going to perform. But it seems like Norman's going to get you solid points, even if it doesn't, double its box office from last week. Okay, so let's go back and take a look at couple more call sheets. Okay, so let's take a look at Cornell Westside, our WBW. He's got a job. Hopefully, he can still play us during late summer when they start setting up the writers' room for Dynasty. Very proud of Kevin Garnett, aka our working black writer, aka Chocolate Cardinal, aka staff writer on the Dynasty reboot. I saw the trailer; it looks interesting, and very soapy, very dishy, and lots of great sets. Dynasty, the era of opulence is back. Okay, so his call sheet has interesting. So he's got the headliner stack of Fassbender and Crudup in Alien Covenant. He's got Ava Longoria from Lowriders. He actually stacked Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which the long haul. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the long haul. And going back to the projections, they're projecting about 9 million for Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's in wide release, so it's interesting that it looks like he's He's going for a known property. It's I guess it's the third or fourth in the series of these movies. There really isn't anything new out there for the family set. So 9 million actually might be a little low. It could actually outperform. And I do remember our boy Lance Collins, part of the Dad Pod with Lance and Law a few weeks ago. He said that he and his daughter Sienna, hey Sienna, enjoyed Diary of a Wimpy Kid, that was one of his picks for family movies. So that was really cool. So I guess he'll be out there this weekend. Actually, I might have to text him to see if he and Sienna are going to go check it out, because that might give us some insight to how it's going to do at the box office this weekend. Let's see, How to Be a Latin Lovers, Salma Hayek as a as a headliner, and then Champion, which is it's a black box. It's only on an estimated 31 screens. I'm not sure if this is a faith-based film. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's just I can't call it. I did see it. It's being released. We can't confirm the screen count on Box Office Mojo, but I did go to the distributor site and literally counted up how many theaters it's in. So that's where we get the number of 31 screens. It's dirt cheap. All the actors in that film are 5,000, and you just never know with some of these smaller type films. Maybe there's like a niche that tapped into that we're unaware. It could certainly be a faith-based film, and faith-based films have some of the best inherent marketing. It's called Sundays and it's called church. So I don't know. We'll see how Champion performs. I'm very curious about that one. All right, so solid call sheet from Cornell West Side. That's for you, Jay Devlin. Expect you to be, in the top 10 as usual. I got to wrap this up because I got to go. So let's take a look at a couple new call sheets, see how they did. Smee, new player. Welcome. Hope you're listening to the podcast. Hope you've been checking out our materials, our basic strategy guide, doing everything you need to do to improve at this game. Let's take a look at your call sheet. So, all right. So this is a pretty decent call sheet. So he starts off with the headliner stack from Alien Covenant. He's got Emma Watson from Beauty and the Beast, headliner. So as I mentioned, that's probably the smartest play in limited release. He's got exposure to Diary of a Wimpy Kid, not a headliner, 7,200, Beth Keener. Joan Cusack in Snatched, not a headliner. Alec Baldwin, headliner from Paris Can Wait. Headliner stack from Champion, and headliner from Boss Baby and Jude Law, King Arthur. Not bad, not a bad call sheet. For your first time, you got a good amount of headliners. That's smart. My only concern, and it looks like Beauty and the Beast is estimated to do 3.37 million this weekend, so that's interesting. King Arthur: Legend of the Sword, because that's a film that got off to a tough start. I mean, even though we dropped the price, the prices on the actors, the salaries on the actors by a good, I don't know, 9,000 maybe. It looks affordable, but it might be a little bit of fool's gold. 9,700. You actually might be better served having used that. Hell, even towards a headliner from Snatched. You could probably have used that 9,700. You still had 2,200 left over, so you probably could have gotten yourself Amy Schumer or Goldie Hawn, because Snatched, I believe, is going to do. Oh wow, Snatched actually only expecting 8.6 million. Interesting. So yeah, so it's, I don't know. I'm curious to see how this call sheet performs. It's not a bad call sheet. It covers a lot of bases. You get a lot of the foundations right, like going with your Alien Covenant. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, Alien Covenant had just Michael Fassbender as a headliner. Jesse Smollett, who does good work here and every week on Empire, he actually is a non-headliner. So I think this might be your mistake right here. You probably could have spent, you had 2,200 remaining, and you could have spent, I think, another 800 to get yourself Billy Crudup at 20,800, another 600 to get Billy Crudup as the second headliner. So make sure, everyone, when you're filling out these call sheets, if you have the space, the remaining budget to get you a headliner, get you a headliner. Those headliners are worth 40% more. If Alien Covenant, let's say if Alien Covenant does 50 million, then Jesse Smollett would get 50 points at 1 point per million in wide release. But our boy Fassbender and Crudup they would get 70 points. So that's a real crucial distinction. Make sure you get those headliners in. But otherwise, good start, Smee, and good luck to you this weekend. And let's check out Tuck Nasty. I think he's played before, but it's been a grip. So welcome back, Tuck Nasty. We like our returning players. All right, so Tuck Nasty has Billy Crudup, Alien Covenant, headliner stack from Beauty and the Beast. And this is a star-studded call sheet. It is an all headliner call sheet, so good for you. He's got one from Bahubali 2, The Conclusion. He's got the headliner stack from Norman, Chris Evans from Gifted, Zoe Saldana from Guardians of the Galaxy, and a headliner stack from Lowriders. So this is probably this is a very, I guess he calls it a very balanced call sheet. It feels pretty safe. I don't think it has enough oomph possibly to take number one, but it seems destined for top 5, top 7. I think this is a call sheet that can cash. So welcome back, Tuck Nasty. I'm gonna have to think on this one for a minute off air, and I'm very curious about this call sheet. It feels pretty safe. Like it can get you a top, 4 or 5 score. I just don't know if there's enough there to, like, if he'd had maybe 2 Alien Covenants and a Guardians, which actually might have been impossible. But it just feels really safe. Like this call sheet is destined to cash. I'm just curious how hard it will cash. So good luck to you, Tuck Nasty. Looking forward to seeing how your stuff performs. Trying to think any other call sheets I made that were interesting. Not really. So as I've been doing in the recent weeks, I've start off creating call sheets for the background talent and work my way up all the way to the feature presentation. And what I started with was probably pretty out there, pretty weird. Actually, no, mine had a headliner stack of Alien Covenant, a 4-pack of Lowriders, Jenny Slate from Gifted. I had Norman, I had Andrew Cheney, Champion, and Paris Can Wait. These two were just a little too risky, too much wild cards for me. The Cheney and Baldwin headliners respectively for Champion and Paris Can Wait. So it was about, I think, not the Gaffer, yeah, I think it was about the Best Boy when I figured out. No, not the Best Boy. I think it was the Key Grip when I kind of figured out, oh, I need to go all in on Lowriders. Like when the math started catching up to me. So if you're one who likes to play all 5 contests, I might suggest it might be a way to do it. Work out your strategy on the cheaper ones early, and then as you work your way up through the contests, you get a better idea of which way you want to pursue. What strategy you want to pursue. So that's what we're looking at this weekend in the box house, everybody. Thanks again for listening. Gonna try to keep this one short. Sign up, or if you haven't signed up already, sign up. Tell your friends. Go to cinemadraft.co. That is cinemadraft.co. Follow us on all of our social media, our corporate blogs at Medium. Congratulations to our first ever feature as Meet the Player. This is really excited about this little spotlight highlight. Meet the Player, Gamble 24/7. By far our biggest winner in this game, over $1,100 won. Good for him. Owner of a previous 13-week streak, all this good stuff. He's really good player. So congratulations to him. And just keep playing the game. Keep telling everybody we're going to take some efforts in upcoming weeks to grow the game. So hopefully we'll see some of these prize pools expand. We appreciate all of your support. And it's the weekend, everybody. Go see a movie or something.